Ready? Start. In the judgment, it is seen that the Supreme Court held it is the distributor who can refer the matter to arbitration and not the respondent, and as such set aside the judgment of the High Court appointing the arbitrator. The issue before the Supreme Court was not with regard to whether there is any arbitration clause, but who can invoke the arbitration clause. This judgment is not applicable to the facts of this case. Having considered the judgments referred to by the learned counsel for the parties, this court is of the view that the issue in the case in hand is squarely covered by the judgment of the Supreme Court in the case of India Tel Technical Services Private Limited, as followed in Everest 1 Elevator Guide Rail Manufacture Company Limited. In as much as from the perusal of Article 28 of the agreement, it is clear that the petitioner has an option either to get the disputes or claims or differences adjudicated through the jurisdiction of the court or by way of arbitration in accordance with the provisions of the Act of 1996. The fact that the petitioner has filed his petition, it must be held that it intends to get the disputes settled through the process of arbitration. It is also not the case of the respondent, either him or the petitioner had earlier invoked the jurisdiction of a civil court. I also find from sub-clause 2 of Article 28 the intention of the parties to refer the disputes to the arbitrator with regard to the dispute concerning accounting matters and on the claims of the petitioner is of non-payment of management fees, which is an accounting issue. The objection raised by the learned counsel on the maintainability of the petitioner is liable to be rejected. The next issue which arises for consideration is whether the respondent has terminated the agreement during the lock-in period. To answer this issue, it is necessary to determine from which date the lock-in period has started or kicked in. According to the learned counsel, Article 26 of the agreement prescribes the term of agreement to be initially for 15 years, starting the opening date, renewable for another 10 years, with the first 5 years of the said term to be mandatory lock-in period of 5 years, which would thus commensurate with the starting of the term of 15 years. So, according to him, the opening date being of July 2017, the mandatory 5 years lock-in period and started from July 2017. In effect, he argued that the effective date has not been defined in the definition clauses under Schedule 1 accordingly.